This is Eagle Owl, and today I want to talk about Darius Slay putting in work. Hassan Reddick putting in a little work. He gave us a little picture, a little clip on his IG story. And ESPN, man, I got to talk about it. They're just firing everybody. But what does this mean? But let's get straight into it.
Hey, what's up? It's Mauro Jamel. Shout out to Eagle Owl, the biggest Eagles fan out there. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
All right, I'm going to play side by side right here. Darius Slay putting in that work. I actually think this is probably one of my first videos since Slay been on the Eagles of him doing some off-season workouts. Darius Slay working, you know, like he said, the 30s is the new 20s. So he's trying to last the whole season. We already know Darius Slay. Hate him or love him, he's definitely top 10 at least. I think he could squeeze in the top 5. But to just mention him with those guys at his age and the stage of his career is pretty dope. I think he's still one of the fastest corners in the league. Very versatile to me. You could put him anywhere. He's great. But we know his bones is on the outside for sure. He can guard any receiver in the league. He do have some problems with those bigger receivers like the DK Metcalfs and stuff of the world. But he is with AJ, so, you know, he could practice with him during the training camp practice or whatever they do during the off season. So shout out to Slay, man. Shout out to Slay putting in that work. Hassan Reddick, you know, he just give us a little clip right here of him working. Hassan Reddick, man, that's a guy I can't wait to see. He said he did not hit his full potential yet, and he's ready. He's ready for next season, but he like, man, it's another level I could get into. And I said this on my last videos about Hassan Reddick. He can get 20-plus sacks, or he was supposed to have 20-plus sacks last season. Jonathan Gannon stripped my guy, making a historic season. So, shout out to Gannon, man. Shout out to Gannon. All right, and lastly, certainly not least, gotta talk ESPN just a little bit. ESPN firing everybody. Max Kellerman, Keyshawn Johnson. They fired, can't remember her name, but she been there for like 30-plus years. Todd McShay. They got rid of almost everybody. But, of course, Stephen A. Smith is staying. Of course, Scott Van Pelt is staying. But they got rid of Jeff Van Gundy, too. When they said nobody was safe, nobody was safe. Since Disney acquired ESPN, they just been losing money, man. They just been losing money. And I really don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it. ESPN, they got too political, man. They got too political. Not saying these things we shouldn't know about, but we have channels we can turn to when we want to know political stuff. Of course, if it's like obvious, like the Colin Kaepernick and stuff like that, and it's being on display like that, but they pushing the agenda there. They are. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to watch that. When you got YouTubers and other channels like Fox Sports, whereas though they try to keep it as sports as possible, sometimes it's hard not to mix the two, but ESPN definitely has an agenda. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong, but they pushing an agenda on people. And I think that's the problem. That's why they've been losing a lot of money. So I think a YouTuber like myself is going to be a lot of competition. A lot of these dudes are going to come to YouTube. They probably going to go to Fox, some of them. And some of them going to try to make a deal with like a gambling company like FanDuel or something. So, man, I hope them dudes be good, man. You look up their net worth and all that, yeah, that looks good, but hopefully they bills don't creep up on them and they're not screwed in the end. But I think a lot of these dudes, like I said, they probably gonna make a podcast, YouTubers. They probably gonna go to Marcellus Wiley route. I don't know, man, but ESPN, they definitely needed a revamp. Let's see what they do. They kept a couple people, I won't say, that I just don't like, and I don't understand how they didn't get fired, but some of these other people got fired. I don't know, man. Don't know. I still think they're going to lose money, man. Still think they're going to lose money, because what I'm doing right now is definitely the future. And that's what I'm trying to get ahead of the game. If you're thinking about getting on YouTube, talking your talk, best time to do it is now. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? ESPN firing everybody. Slay putting in that work. Hassan Reddick putting in that work. But this is Eagle Owl. I'm out.